Fabulous.
Okay, I think we need a twirl
Little
now.
twirl.
Yes, please.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just lovely to do as well. And we had lots of twirling in our choreography. My name's Yvonne Conway.
And can you tell me how you became a volunteer?
I work for Age UK, Bromley and Greenwich, and I help older people become inactive. Older people who are inactive become active. So I'm out in the community quite a lot. Unbeknown to me, 2 of my clients nominated me to run with the torch when it was coming through Bromley. I was alerted to this fact when I found out I'd got into the 2nd round of bidding. By November, I was told that I hadn't been successful in my bid to run with the torch, but would I be interested in auditioning to be in one of the ceremonies as a performer? So, why not? So I went along and had an audition along with thousands and thousands of other people, most of them quite young. So I thought, oh, I haven't really got a chance here, so I will just go with the process and have a nice time. And that was over in East London. So I had the first audition, and we were told that we would be contacted by email if we were successful enough to get into the 2nd round of auditions. A couple of weeks later, I found out I had in fact been successful. So I went along for the 2nd audition, and again thought this is as far as I'm going to go. Spent all day doing different types of movements, and basically finished that audition and thought, well, that was very nice, that was my Olympic experience. Went home and then waited all through Christmas, all through towards the end of January 2012, when the email pinged up and I knew it was who it was from. So I waited a little while and looked at it, eventually opened it, and I had been successful. So I was cast as a performer in the opening ceremony. I was really excited. I phoned my immediate family and friends and this, that and the other. And then I opened the attachment and saw the commitment that was involved and thought, I'm not sure I'll be able to do that because I work full time, and a lot of the rehearsals were starting at 5:30 over in East London, and then out towards Stratford, and as they went on through the week, and also both Saturdays and Sundays, which were fine. It was just the week commitment. So I spoke to my line manager, who initially was as excited as I was. She then went and spoke to my director, Maureen Falloon, who was tremendously excited and said that we'll support you through the process as much as we can. So there we are, that's how it started. The first couple of rehearsals were long, starting at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and finishing between 10 and 10:30 at night over in East London. That first night we met the most inspirational person I have ever met in my life, and that was Danny Boyle. And I think as the rehearsals went on and they got harder, and the rain came and the wind came and we were outside, he was the one that kept people coming back. He was at every rehearsal, whether it was, on a Saturday or again on a Sunday or on the Wednesday evening, he was there. And that was just our rehearsal. I'm sure he was at the others. He always had a big black marker pen in his hand, and he was always signing something or being photographed with someone. He was never aloof, he was never away from us as performers. During the breaks, he would come round and have coffee and just, how are you doing? Is everything okay? Anything else we can do to make you more comfortable? And always there. When we moved to the stadium, he usually gave an opening address. of something or other. And on one particular Sunday, it was his birthday, so 700 nurses stood up and sang "Oh Danny Boy" for his birthday, which we had all rehearsed between us. So to get 700 people who don't really know each other rehearsed and ready to go at a moment's notice was quite something for that one particular person. The week before the opening ceremony, the Friday in fact before the opening ceremony, because we had week-long rehearsals beforehand, he said that he'd been in a meeting with the bigwigs, and they had decided that the opening ceremony was a little too long, something like 3 minutes. They had decided that they were going to cut certain parts of the nurses section. He then said to us, I'm not going to tell you the words I used, but basically I said to them, these people are all volunteers. They all have full-time jobs. They've made so much commitment since the beginning of the year until now. If you cut any of their section, then I will walk, and I'm sure that they will walk with me. And as he said that, every single person stood up and clapped. It was amazing, all for one man. Truly inspirational.
So that's an amazing story. So you were very well supported then as a volunteer team?
Very well supported, and of course he had his team with him, choreographers, dance captains, mass movement coordinators, and we all, they introduced themselves, we knew who they were with us every step of the way, and they were truly supportive, yeah. I would definitely recommend volunteering to everybody. If you've never done it, try it, definitely. I think anybody, anyone at all who works with volunteers should be volunteers themselves, or they should perhaps have an experience, 6 months or so, of being a volunteer. It's really helped me in working with my volunteers. It helps me to understand that they have private lives, that because they say that they will be able to assist me on a certain day, things do happen in people's lives. And I understand now what it is to make a commitment it's an unpaid commitment. I'm always careful now in how I treat them to make sure that they are getting as much support from me as I experienced during my Olympic experience, because you need to feel valued, and I want all of my volunteers to feel extremely valued, because they do a really, really good job. They really do.